Give me testing shots for all of you guys.
You locked me on my game.
What is it?
You
Just
locked me on my
speak.
game.
Among Us. Among
Where's
Us.
the
Among Us. Among Us.
No.
Among Us.
Okay.
Among Us. Among Us.
Hope it's in there. If not, I'm gonna have to ask Alice for an invite again.
I just leave realm.
There. It should be fine. All right, we're good.
Still there.
We rolling.
Okay. Well. Okay. Let's see if this will play. It does. So, as the fighting comes to an end, you guys are all ushered towards the gate, where individuals are quickly kind of gesturing for you to follow. Reed, as you're heading towards this gate, you can't help but notice on the periphery the torches on the stadium, screams. You hear in the back of your mind a loud pulse. Your heartbeat seems to get faster and faster. You notice as you're running towards this door, you begin to hear people. People are not chanting your names or yet screams of joy at your victory. Begin hearing people are saying, "Monster, monster, it's all your fault. Murderer." The sound of the fire from the torches seems to just rise and rise, and that pulsing in the back of your mind becomes faster and faster. You almost come to a complete stop just outside of the entrance that you're being guided to. It feels like minutes pass as you can only heavily breathe before you hear a voice just ahead. "Come on, we need you off the floor. Let's move."
I'll take a moment and then just proceed along.
It is quickly apparent to you guys that you are getting moved towards a almost locker room-esque area that seems dedicated only for your group. There is, seems like a small bath areas, different places that hang up clothes should you need it, and change out war gear as well as tend to any war gear you have. At this point, Estelle, you have finally been let in, and you get to walk in to see that your compatriots are a little bit worse for wear, but they're still breathing.
So I'm guessing we don't trust the food here? You all look like you have food poisoning already.
The last battle was a little tough, but it is getting better. I could really use a drink.
I assume we're getting one at some point.
There is a section dedicated for things of water for everyone, places to cool off.
I'm gonna go and grab a drink of water.
Okay. Ishiyama, if you could just give me a quick perception check. You're used to spotting whenever people have issues. When you look over to see Reed, the way he's looking around the room, his eyes seem to be very wide. You're kind of recognizing a panic attack.
Rita. You're out there, buddy.
Just not used to so many eyes on me. Freaks you out a little bit.
You want a cigarette?
And turn my lungs into fossils? No, thank you.
Just offer.
Just take a sip of water.
A few moments pass. The air kind of gets a little stale, and before you can get up to leave, you notice there's people heading towards your guys' room. And in this group of people, you see one large Goliath. As you look out, they get your attention, waving you down. If you all would be interested, we have a guest that would like to speak with you.
What kind of guest?
It is, the Goliath then reaches up and pushes him to a side. I believe you guys are, the ones that fought in, Archway City? Help deal with that? Is that correct? I mean, Archway Defenders seems to be kind of bit on the nose, but...
It's kind of hard to come up with a name for a group that you've only known for about 4 weeks. On the spot.
Well, to say it's impressive to see you all just get into this after a fight. That little bit sketchy, but impressive.
In what way sketchy?
Who's the
One of your friends got knocked down, didn't he?
You mean that kind of sketchy? Got you.
Draxa, by the way.
This is the guy that we
Ooh.
needed to talk to.
Yes.
Yeah, the guy we need to impress by.
When I heard y'all were going to be in the fight, I had to put a little bit aside to it, just to at least see how well you fought. You would almost make good soldiers.
Soldiers have rules.
Yeah, that's the part that I figured wouldn't be a problem. Is it alright if we talk in there, or if you want, we can go up and find a less
Either
stale room?
I'm fine with a private
feel like-
room, but I feel like a drink for my friend right here might be more than
We
earned.
can do that. Well,
A private room will suffice.
Get him a bottle.
He leads you up towards his, almost like a second story viewing room. This is like the best seats in the house kind of seats. It's
Like the Caesar on the balcony kind of thing.
yeah.
We got to go to the
Okay.
suites, man.
Yeah. As you're sitting down, getting comfortable, Draxa gestures for a couple of the either servants or staff to bring in some drinks. So, tell me, what made you decide to join in the fights? Typically, that's for people that want money.
Money.
adventuring business not paying a whole lot right now?
Like I said, 4 weeks is kind of short to know somebody for an adventuring. I'm gonna look over at Reed and just kind of give him a look of, do we go ahead and show our cards now, or do you want me to wait?
We entered the fights to actually gain an opportunity to talk to you. We've heard that you do fancy quite a good show on the battlefield. And as it would seem, we were correct with that assumption.
Well, you got my attention.
I just do a nod towards I was this close of saying Vanson.
May he rest in peace.
Hurry that up, please.
Sis.
Thank you. Jesus Christ.
Oh my gosh!
Just making noise.
I can't edit that out.
God, he was recording. Sorry.
So, Mr. Draxa. You might have to restart your thing there, Dakota.
Well, it should be for an hour.
It cut out. Oh, and we're back. I'm trying to remember. This was the box, right?
A box listed towards Normir.
Yes. And then Normir.
There was a green
Yeah.
green object of some kind that
Yes.
seemed to be taken out of it.
But he's related to that through Normir. Or am I
Draxa?
mixing? Yeah, I'm trying to remember what we needed Draxa for.
Draxa is in charge of the guard.
Oh. We just wanted him to get more guards, right?
Potentially get more information. Also, it may be relevant to bring up what the guards have done in Archway City. As well as see if there's anything he doesn't know to work with you.
Mr. Draxa, are you not in charge, because I want to say in charge, but aware of the quality of guard in Archway City?
Not necessarily. I've been kind of everywhere
So,
dealing with that.
which is
I'm
understandable.
sure.
Would it surprise you if I told you that there have been other planar sightings of creatures from the deep there?
Nope. Seeing as that's currently what I've been dealing with.
All right.
They've been popping up quite a lot throughout the
Now, would it shock you if I told you that the guard there was trying to suppress any information related to even the acknowledgement of their existence, so far as to hang people for saying that they existed?
Now, that is going to require me to show up. As of right now, until we understand what's going on, we've been pressured by the governors to keep wraps on what's going on.
That's fine, and I understand that to an extent. The governor...
Hanging someone is going to be dealt with. You said this is an Archway?
This was an Archway. The governor as well down there seemed very disappointed with the lackluster quality of the guard there, mainly because in, what was it, gang, 2 days? Give or take, we had more information regarding to that
Don't
entire
say
situation.
this now.
Sir, I'm just telling you the facts. And I ain't trying to brag. I ain't even here trying to get myself and put in the contract, because quite frankly, guard duty kind of disgusts me. I'm just asking for you to take a look at it. find some better guards and potentially have a recruiting drive that encourages the locals to be able to defend themselves and to get people from each city to become guards.
Our major issue with that at the moment is we don't have very much trainers out there right now. Most of our training centers are actually here in Gosford or somewhere along the mainland. We don't try to keep guards of the city that they're native to in that city. Allows them to keep open-mindedness.
Understandable, but if you had guards that were from there, they'd be more inclined to defend their homeland from something like this. As of right now, from what we've seen, the guards that are in Archway literally could not give a shit less. Excuse my language, but...
No, I understand. I apologize as well. I'm trying to...
I understand as a businessman the plight of what I'm asking. I'm just asking that you look into it and at least get better guard down there, because damn. The ones down there right now, just... I could throw a toddler out there and they'd probably be more inclined to do anything.
Well, the notion of them hanging someone over saying the truth, that's not acceptable.
I'll even go as far as to say I'm not even sure there was a trial. We were with a fellow, I can't remember his name off the top of my head right now. He'd come back, and you know that look on someone's face where they ain't lying and what they say is what they saw. He had that, and damn near was terrified. Guard came in to the bar we were at and asked him if it was his name. Said, yeah. And they arrested him there on the spot, took him, and it wasn't a day later, and we saw him hanging out in the shallows.
So you are all familiar with the current issue then? All of these deep things showing up?
Well aware.
Swaggin.
By the way, where's our researcher friend? Sov's character, I'm trying to give him an out.
He got a little bit distracted with the local architecture. And he got into a quite heated debate.
How did we lose him that damn quickly? We went from the fucking floor to here.
It is,
It's the columns.
yeah. I'd say
That
just
sounds
let
about
them.
right.
Just let them. You'll find them in some architect's office at some point.
There's another member of our party that's a little bit more knowledgeable and a little more astute when it comes to taking notes and remembering names and that sort of jazz. If you wouldn't mind, I'd like to have at least him speak with you at some point. Just to give you more information than what I can currently give you.
All right. I'll gladly hear from him.
Now, we are also very aware of the danger and how do I put this, the level of threat, I guess, for lack of a better term, that these things do produce. We went out on a sea trip one time, hunting them down. This was at night, I believe. When we got back, they had decided to ambush the docks. They raided the treasury, didn't touch any of the gold or any of the valuables per se there. They killed, I think, probably 4 or 5 civilians. They were only after one thing. It was in a box. It was some green object. Had a box with Normir's name on it, and we've talked with Normir a little bit, but...
Very nice guy.
Did you find out where it was from, or...?
Not.
Actually, I think we did, right? Hold on. I remember
I'm not sure because I don't
correctly,
remember.
If I remember correctly, it came from a town in the old fields. Famina,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I believe, if I remember correctly, it came from Famina.
Huh. Do you know what it was? If it was is it a gem? Was it some kind of jewelry? Was it a book?
It was a green gem, right? I'm really suffering. I don't know.
You couldn't tell if it was a gem or if it was just a rock that was painted green or something, but it was definitely a fist-sized green object.
It was about this size and green. That is all we could tell.
Alright, well, that's interesting. So, if I may ask you all a few questions, since you all seem to have your own little bits of information. What all do you know about these things?
Well, there are.
You're annoying as shit to kill.
It's complicated. There seem to be in some sort of a, not really a hive mind, but there seems to be a higher power controlling them via goo, like an aboleth. But we did encounter an aboleth that was also covered in that goo. So that is what we haven't really figured out. We have also talked to them. And when we engaged them in battle, they were in a sort of shrine. And yeah, they seem to have a gem emplaced on the back of their skull. But
They feel
not
like they're
really
about
much afterwards.
immune to pain. Seems like they can die just fine, but they don't seem to care about getting hurt.
It is
do
like,
They're not even zombioid, I don't believe either.
it's just it is
Some of them are, just
comparable
not-
to aboleth goo, just one step further. Like as soon as you are covered in it, it is very sticky to you, and you seem to be rather dead in the mind. If that makes sense. If you
sounds
lock
about right.
yourself.
So, from what I understand, these are, I apologize, I'm not the most knowledgeable when it comes to creatures like this. Primarily, these seem to be Suwagan, and they have Marrow, I think? Marrow,
Marrow, I believe.
Hera.
Marrow. Larger individuals.
The
These
ugliest
seem
of
to be
mermaids.
the main fodder of these attacks. They seem to be
Yes.
going after shipping vessels, trade vessels of some kinds, but mostly shipping vessels. These seem to be almost immune to pain, and they have some form of beast or something that they follow.
It is, yeah. And like I said, we had a large diversity with the Savargan and the others. Aboleth, a siren, and
A siren as
some
well.
strange little creature as well.
You see
Never
him
s-
like go through and write some of this down. So, of the creatures that were at the attack at Archway, besides those groups, were there any specific things that you noticed? Were there any weird?
Yes. There was a creature that had like 4 legs, but like each leg was 2 tentacles. And then there was also a weird little creature that I can't really remember it that well anymore, but just imagine I'm describing it correctly.
The
It looked like a Michelin Man on the thing.
Oh no, that was the same creature.
Ah,
That
okay.
was the four-legged. That was tentacles instead of legs.
That was Squidward, yeah.
Hope I know Squidward.
But there was a weird other creature. Like, was it a goo? Like an ooze or something?
There was what you seemed to be some form of a. Oh, come on. Why is this not fucking copy? Please. For fuck's sake. Zoom browser. Close. Jesus fucking Christ.
This was...
Why is it doing that? There we go. Jesus Christ. Why would that not fucking do what I needed to? As you are around, see he's writing rather intently. Where the hell is it? Where are they? What's the name?
Brother is researching.
I'm trying to find the name of this fucking thing.
It's gonna bother
okay,
you
let
until
me-
you find it too. That's what's funny.
Yeah. Tell it.
Hold on, let me help me. What it's called?
No. Hold on. Nope, that's not that. Ah, there it is. Is that right? I feel like that's right. Yeah, okay. As you're describing the creature, you notice that one of the individuals listening to the conversation, a elven man who seems to be just writing things down, looks up. I believe you're describing a scum.
A what?
A scum.
Well, they were
It's-
pretty
Scum.
rude. I guess scum
Well,
would work.
no. It is the name of the creature you're describing. That whitish humanoid.
Oh,
Seemingly flabby-looking skin. 4 tentacles. Able to go on land, but seem to be more at home in the water.
yeah, that
Um,
fits in.
was this individual in charge?
It did look like it had a high position.
Scum tend to be aboleths. Rank and file captains. But normally, they are also very much engaged with combat, if combat were to take place.
The issue was the aboleth was also controlled. So
But are we
What's a
sure that this scum was
devastating
serving that
revelations.
aboleth, or could have been serving the aboleth the statue was of?
but would aboleth really
Aboleth
go up aboleth?
Statue was of. What do you mean?
Well, we went down underwater after we.
The altar he was speaking of a minute ago.
Yes, there was a statue of an aboleth, but it didn't seem. The aboleth that we killed seemed to be worshipping it.
What was it called?
Drax, I believe.
Drax. It's new. Are aboleth known to be worshipping creatures? Draxa turns to look towards the elven man. No, they're not. Most of these creatures, they are almost agnostic on the verge of atheistic.
So what I'm
There's
hearing.
no one above me situation.
So what I'm hearing is
Mindset.
this is terrible news.
This is a deeper problem. I think we were ready for, my lord. Shit. Farmina, right?
It would appear so.
How about this? I can't go to Farmina after finding out my men are doing terrible things like hanging people without just cause. I have to go to Archway City now. I will
So-
give you one of my captain's pays per person. If you can go down to Farmina and see if you can find out any information on what that thing was. Oh,
I would.
and here
I will-
is your 100 platinum pieces. Or sorry, was it 100 platinum pieces?
You said the 100 and 125, and I can't remember which one it was.
It was 100 platinum pieces. It should
You're
be
right.
like 20 GP per person.
So there's us four,
Wait.
technically, and
10 platinum, my bad. 10 platinum. Split between the 5 of you is 20 GP per
I was gonna say that's a lot of money.
Say, 100
Yeah.
platinum. we
I'll
need
take it.
Sorry,
I'm not
there
gonna
was an
correct
extra
you.
zero there that I didn't need
I'm not
to put.
gonna correct you.
No,
I'm not gonna say you're
10 platinum.
wrong.
10 platinum pieces are pushed out. They were kind enough to allow me to be the one to give you this.
Appreciate it.
That is nice. I like money.
How soon you need this information? Like, urgent?
Well, expediency is appreciated if possible.
That I understand. My point, more or less, is can we take the night to at least rest up?
Well, seeing as your friend here seems like he's seen a ghost, absolutely. I've got actually quarters for you if you'd like. They're not the greatest. I don't know what the governor has if you're coming in with him.
Does the roof leak?
There's a little bit of one.
Let me rephrase
corner.
that. Does it leak any more than what it normally does?
No.
It'll
You
work.
shouldn't have to worry about anything. As for your armor, weapons, things of that nature, I've got some hands that are dedicated to sharpening and cleaning. So if you'd like, we'll go through and get your armor and arms taken care of.
I actually have a question about that. Since we are basically employed by you now,
I'll be right back.
do you have any magical scrolls or equipment like that what we could get?
You
As
would
a,
need to speak with either a mage guild or something. We don't really employ very many magical variety individuals.
is there any piece of identification that we could use to let them know that we work for you?
Sure. He turns, and you see this like suit of armor with different badges across it. See him pluck one of the badges off. He just reaches down, sets it on the table. That is a badge of my insignia. Any military base, any form of government-issued anything, if you show them that, they'll let you in. As for the Mages Guild, I don't think it'll let you in per se, but it will give them more leeway with you.
Mhm. That is precisely what I probably needed for. Thank you very much. I'll take it.
Now, I can't offer you anything in the means of new arms or armors. At least, not what it seems like you all already have.
How do you write his name, by the way?
Draxa's Draska. Or Akska.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. The rooms are actually here in the Colosseum. They are on the far northern side. Go ahead and, if you'd like, go get yourself some rest. If you need anything, if you have any questions, there are some of the captains around that can at least help you. And they should be able to get you a caravan so that way you can make safe travel to Farmina pretty safely.
Marvelous. That does sound good.
As for right now, is there any questions?
Not that I could think of from me.
Ma'am?
I'm more worried about trying to figure out how to get the wine stains out of Uthgar's skin, but other than that, everything's fine. Just hear. Oh.
How comfortable is he with other people helping clean?
That's quite fine.
Well, we've got some extra hands that can also deal with animals, but they can transition a little bit of their effort to something a little different.
Alright, that'd be quite helpful.
I'll wait for him to get big. My shoulders.
One day of actual rest. Fine.
One day of actual rest, yeah. Brandon!
Your brother is pissing.
He's pissing?
Just, by yourself, handsome?
Damn boy, you frying chicken in there? Haha, for real though, you piss loud as fuck, and I think that's pretty cool.
Alright. Sir, is there any questions or anything you can think of before I send y'all up to your room? 'Cause I do have to start heading out now.
You talking to me or talking to the group?
Yeah, I'm talking to
Talking
you.
to you.
That's why he was pissed off that you weren't in here yet.
I had to take a massive fucking shit. You can bite me. No,
Maybe you
I'm
should have pooped before.
all good. Didn't really hit until before D&D.
Your friend here got a badge that allowed him to get safe entry and You should be able to get a caravan to take you to Farmina.
I appreciate
if
it.
you want.
It'll either be that or we'll just go right back to the governor again, but we'll figure something out.
Well, like I said, rooms up on the far north side of the Coliseum. Any weapons and armors can be polished or sharpened as needed.
I appreciate it, sir.
He goes and starts getting armor dressed on.
All right.
You guys all get led out towards a room far north side and begin to have your first nice rest after that kind of nasty bit of combat. If there's anything you guys would like to do, feel free to do it now.
Vestal
Okay.
just looks at Ishiyama.
I light a cigarette.
So you all fought a starved hill giant while you left me arguing with the doorman.
You argued with the doorman instead of coming to help us fight a pale giant.
They wouldn't let Uthgar in.
Tough. I'm not going to stick around
Do you want
arguing
to
with some.
explain to him?
I don't care about him. I was the one.
He
I was
cares
going
about
in.
You?
I'm going in to get paid. We were here to go fight in the Coliseum. You argued with the
Keep that in mind
doorman.
Next time if you ever die, because I'll find perfect parts for Uthgar off of your corpse.
You won't be able to have my
Can we
corpse. I hate to
not
tell
do
you.
Can we not do the arguing thing, please?
He started it.
Just throw your entire fucking setup?
I tried to move my
fuck is
fucking
that?
chair. I tried to move my chair, and my armrest got stacked on the side of it.
Just put the goddamn table.
I was like, oh shit. In what
That's not
way
harvest
would I have
focus.
started
Oh.
anything? I did the one thing I came here to do.
Yes, we were meant to get information. You go and kill a starved hill giant. That's not getting information.
What did we do afterwards?
Well, they did say that was probably the best way to get his attention.
We talked to the guy that we needed to talk to. If you got a problem with that, then I'll just
saying,
let-
it probably would have been easier, and you all wouldn't have looked like you're half dead when I came to go see you. They would have just helped me get him through the door.
you could have just accepted their rules.
I followed the dress code, and they said no. He's not dressed well enough.
Not entirely sure what to tell you.
Well, it's not my fault none of the clothes fit him. He'll be fine. They're cleaning him, so I don't have to worry about any of that.
Dakota, what's your character's name again? I can't remember.
Ooh.
I'm gonna wait like 30 minutes. I'm gonna wait for Reed and Vestel to be away. I'm gonna go find Boo. You don't got any recording devices or anything like that on you, right?
Not that I know of. I've not been programmed with any.
Have you ever checked yourself for any?
I mean,
I hate to
that's
be.
a bit of.
It's a bit
That's a
upfront,
bit
and
of
I'm
a
completely
weird-
aware. But what I'm about ready to ask you, and what I'm about ready to talk to you about, I'd rather not be repeated ever.
Can I assure you in any way that I don't have one? Do you want to do it a check or something?
No, you've got a humanoid soul, correct?
I'm
Or
sorry.
you've got a humanoid soul.
Um,
You think like a human, you act like a human, even though you aren't human. My point,
one
Boo.
can say that.
just give me your word. and I'll trust you. You
Um,
have my trust until you break it. But you break it once, you don't get it again.
You have my word that I don't have any recording device.
My thing is, I need some help. And you seem like the most reasonable one to go to, right?
Okay.
I'm obviously not from here.
As one could tell.
And I'm not sure if you guys have had any conversations about me or anything like that, and I quite frankly don't care. I'm here looking for something. There is an object somewhere on this continent that my boss desperately needs.
Alright. Do you have any description of it, or?
I have no information other than I know for a fact it exists and it is on this continent.
Alright. What does it do?
Fucking helpful.
I can't disclose that information just yet. Later on down the line, I might tell you, but my main thing is, well, I would appreciate you keeping an eye out for anything kind of out of the ordinary or something that doesn't belong. My main goal is for you to keep an eye out for six other members of rival factions that are also trying to go after this.
You got,
They're all
Anyway.
tieflings. They're all tieflings, and you will be able to tell.
it's just, they will look way out of place.
Not way out of place, but you know how I look, where even though I'm relatively well dressed and
proportion to
whatever,
the rest of the population, you do seem a bit sore thummy.
you know them when you see them. That's my point. Now, I've got descriptions for a couple of them, but most of them, actually all of them, and Ishiyama's gonna like point to a little lapel pin that he's got like on his chest. This is gonna be the family crest. All of them will have a family crest symbol somewhere on their persons, and it will be visible because we're all prideful fucks.
Please do it.
Okay. Just, if I see it, let you know, and then describe the thing.
If they got an object on them that you know damn well they probably shouldn't, tell me. However, if we get into a fight with any of them, I want you protecting the other ones first. If I go down, I need somebody to just make sure that they don't get caught up in it, because the last thing I want, well, I do appreciate the help that I can get from you guys and understand that I would really benefit from all of it. I don't want any of you all to pass.
Well, I will do what I can to keep as many of them as safe as possible. And it's a little hard to put Ibram down. He's kind of denser skull than I have plate armor.
Just do what you can. You know what you're doing, Boo.
If I can ask, how long have you been looking for this? Whatever it is.
Pull out a stopwatch. The mission was announced about a year ago. The actual send-off date... Actually, no, the mission was announced a while ago, like 5 years or so. When you're given the go for something like this, they don't... You're
Tell me
select...
details.
No, I'm not trying to give you details. I'm trying to explain it because the way we operate isn't exactly orthodox. Where I'm from, a job like this is given to heads of family, and then the heads of the family, which is essentially the faction, choose a member to go out on this mission. Now, that can take 2 weeks. It can take 5 years in this case. They are given basically a objective, and they're told however many factions are delving on said mission. You then get a year to prepare. So when we train for these things, we know what our objective is and we know what we're up against, but in terms of knowing where to look or even what to look for, nobody's ever really certain until they start looking up here.
Gotcha.
The reason being is that it's not just factions fighting for each other. We all work for, a giant overlord, essentially.
So, the thing you're looking for is going to be, you'll know when you see it kind of a thing?
You can cast spells, right?
Some, yeah.
Can you cast Detect Good and Evil?
Did it freeze again? Oh, my Discord keeps freezing up. What'd you say?
Can you cast Detect Good and Evil?
I don't know if I can. Let me double check. Do-do-do-do-do.
I can cast protection from it, but I can't detect it.
No, I can detect magic.
That'll get us a starting point. If you can, I would learn that spell if you possibly can figure it out. Unfortunately, the spells I use are essentially gifts from the family.
You don't seem exactly the most apt spellcasting.
I'm not, but it's also not because my ceiling is that low. It's all spells that members of these families can cast are granted by the families themselves. So what we can use and kind of what we do use is dictated by that.
Right.
If you can figure out how to detect magic, that's great. That'll get us a starting point. But if you can really get to detect good and evil, you cast that on that object, it will be the most insanely evil thing you've ever seen. I can promise you that.
Now I'm very curious as to what it is, but I am going to...
I give you my word in the same way that you gave me yours, that this is not going to be used to issue harm on any of you or any of your family or anybody really on this plane. Alyssa died.
Her PC just crashed hard.
Oof!
Alright, well...
Now, obviously, I know I've pretty much told you all that I know about this thing, other than I do know what it does, and I do not want you knowing quite yet.
Okay.
We spend a little more time together. That'll come around. But in the meantime, I'm going to go through. I'm going to start researching this thing. I'm going to try and see if there's any myths, legends. How long have you been around, Boo?
Oh, you mean alive?
Alive. Conscious.
Oh, I was created... Oh... Not terribly long ago. I mean... I want to say...
You're aware of certain myths and certain legends that you listen to, and you sit there and go, there's absolutely no way that this is true.
Yeah.
8 out of 10 of them are actually true. Or at least very heavily steeped in truth. Possibly exaggerated a little bit, but for the most part, they're all pretty accurate.
Okay.
I don't like asking for help. So I want you to know that me coming to you is a big step for me personally.
And I appreciate that. Alright, well,
Mainly, I don't trust the people we're getting or we're talking to about the things we're fighting already. I'm not really worried about holding myself up just to find this one thing. I'm just saying if we do come across any of the members of these families, I would like somebody else to understand that they will not be normal fighters when we run into them. They are very skilled at what they do. So if something were to happen where your options are save me or retreat, I need you to make sure that everybody else retreats.
okay. We'll do that.
All right. Also, if you can, keep an eye on Reed for me for a couple of days, if I'm not around him.
I was actually planning on going and talking to him.
I was planning on going down there and giving him a drink.
He looks like he could use some company.
How about we go down there and chat with him?
Two of us walk down to Reed's room.
Just in the corner, fetal position, just shaking like a fucking chihuahua.
Reed, you hear a quick...
Door opens.
My mic wasn't on. Oops. No, I'm actually like in the middle of opening the door and like going out. Whoa. Company.
Yeah.
You might need some.
Yeah, actually that's pretty good that you guys are coming as well because I don't know, it feels kind of weird being watched and then going out alone, so I would have asked anyways, but do come along.
All right.
And I'll head into the town.
While we're walking
Alright,
and talking, Reed, out of curiosity, you've never been watched before? Like, I don't mean like in a weird sense, but you work at a bar. You never had somebody weird or somebody creepy kind of watching you as you worked?
Listen, of course you'll have people watching, right? It's just my kind of work ethic is not staying too long in one place and then moving on to the next town or place or whatever where work is needed and doing said work. So being in this big city with many people in a Colosseum, you know, stage fright kind of deal. Just a little heavier.
I understand that's a big deal. Honestly and truthfully, I'm not used to fighting in front of that many people either, especially when they're rooting for you to injure or kill whatever you're fighting. But word of advice for the next time you do have to, because I assume we'll end up having to do something like this later on down the line. Oh. Focus on 3 people. You find 3 people in the audience at 3 different sections. Just around the thing. So that way whenever you turn, you can focus on that one person. Don't worry about their mannerisms. Don't worry about if they're angry at you or sad or upset or glad and happy, whatever. But if you focus on 3 people, it helps drown out the noise just a little bit.
Didn't take you much for a stage guy, but I appreciate it.
But it's kind of complicated.
I'll just smile and continue on.
Do you mind if I ask what happened? If it was just shock of something, or
like I said, it is just a stage fright. It's just a lot of people in one place. kind of gets the better of you sometimes.
I'd actually like to
don't
do
know
an
if
insight
you can
check
relate.
if I can.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Fox, if you can, give me either a deception or persuasion check. Do a GM roll for it for me.
Don't worry about it.
Well, hold on.
He could
also roll
It
really
was
bad.
it was GM, right? It was
Yeah,
GM.
slash
not
GM slash GM roll and then
1d20 plus whatever your
Modifiers.
Deception or persuasion is, whichever it be.
you? Yeah, easy choice there.
Wow. You genuinely have not a fucking idea, dude. That is.
what did he roll?
He rolled a fucking 19 base before the modifier.
Fantastic.
So
Just walking with him.
You just, yeah, that could be the truth.
I'm just like giving it a second thought. Like, just keep on
Makes
going.
sense what he's saying.
So, where did you guys all come from? I'm up from oh shoot, what's the name of the city called?
You would have to
hell.
open resources.
Yep. Is it this one? Yeah, it's this one. I'm actually from Corin.
Oh, I've been there before. It's a nice place in the woods. At a big lake, right?
Yeah. We actually just lived a little bit away from the lake.
Mm-hmm.
It was nice to see things like the more northern fauna, like some of the colder birds.
Don't they have these like weird howling dogs there?
Oh yeah, it's difficult to find them. You can hear them really well, but trying to figure out where they are is kind of a pain in the ass.
I could never afford it because it was rich people food, but I thought they taste really good as well.
I've had it once.
Look at you being all posh and all. Didn't take you for one of those. That is fine.
Where are you
There's
from?
posh people. I actually come not too far from here. I started out in Damont.
Comes from a bomb factory.
It's a bomb.
Bomb.
I just started
Wait,
traveling really.
Dinmont, Dumont, or Domont?
Damont,
Oh wow.
the furthest one towards Archway.
Genuine
So-
question. Why did the founders of those cities decide to fuck with everybody else and name them
I
that?
don't know. I'm not a historian.
I feel like that's a Greenland Iceland situation.
What are those?
The fuck is a Greenland?
How's that look?
10 points to Gryffindor to whoever finds out what that reference was.
That's really nice.
Nice little gold
The
chain.
fuck is a Greenland? It's some place that I've heard of that the green one's cold and the ice one's green.
This isn't one of those weird fantasy novels, is it?
It may have been. I've read a lot of books.
Remember what I told you
You already
earlier about like
books.
the myths and legends being sometimes true? Fantasy novels aren't.
What, are you gonna tell me there's a fat little orange man trying to invade them?
And we're off the air in Korea.
Holy shit.
You're Wait. Which Korea?
That one, that's a Top Gear reference that I'm not even sure any of you guys would get.
I got it.
I was gonna say you. Out of many times
yeah,
I've sent
you
that.
told me about it.
Yeah. Goodbye, industrious little fellows.
And we're off the air in Korea.
Anyhow, do we come across a magic shop / apothecary?
Give me a perception check.
I will assist.
Good. Still not great, but better than nothing.
Not great, but not terrible.
Okay. 13. It takes you a little while, but eventually you're able to find this little, almost mom and pop shop that you can pretty effectively surmise as being a magic shop of some sorts. Something small.
I'm gonna open the door and go in.
Give me just a moment. I have to look up something.
Welcome to another round of How Bad is Reed at Gambling for Shit.
I would say at some point because I don't think she's been much.
I see that fantasy shop owner name generator.
Ah, yeah. I definitely have that pulled up right now. Definitely, and I'm not messaging somebody else.
Yeah, you and your 15 different fucking Google Chrome tabs that you got pulled up. Some of them have
I've
dust
narrowed
on them.
it down. I've narrowed it down to 7.
Some of them have dust on them from the last time you touched it.
Shut up.
And 5 of those are pawn.
What?
Ooh.
No, maybe. And what's your point? What's it to you?
Well, it's because it's furry porn, jackass, and there's a line we draw.
Oh my goodness, Marco be boofing.
I hear the big boofer.
Yeah, he be boofing pretty loud.
What he boofing for?
Da-da-da-da-da.
I like how I say that as well with Fox in here.
Oh.
That's what they say. It's like, Fox, do we hate furries?
Yeah. Fucking terrible people.
Mm-hmm. You get a pass, but
I got so little to do with furries.
Alright, I gotta turn that down because that's super loud.
They're not
Remember,
asking
kids,
those questions yet.
the Confederacy had a lot of history.
They were asking those questions.
A lot of history of taking fat fucking L's. Oh, way down south in the land.
Okay. Apologies, I had to answer a few questions. What was the last thing that happened?
I'm going into
your
the
magic
magic
shop.
store.
Going into this little magic store, you see pretty well, like, it is well stocked. It doesn't seem like they get a whole lot of foot traffic through this area. And being a magic store, there's not much demand for what they sell. You see 2 individuals. It seems like an elderly gnomish couple that seem to be figuring out a potion of some kind, setting it together and getting the ingredients put together. The female of which seems to turn, welcome. It's been a minute since we've had any customers. She hops down from the stool she's on and kind of wanders over towards you. Is there any particular things you're looking for? Is there any way I can help you find anything, or are you browsing?
Oh God, we're in
Actually-
Kmart.
Actually, I am looking for something rather specific.
Okay.
Do you perhaps sell scrolls? Some like magic? I'm
we-
not a big magic user myself, and I heard that you can use these instead of learning magic.
Yes. So the typical process for a magic scroll is the words themselves are enchanted. They need to be said out loud. It's the same process that like wizards have. Once you have said those words, the scroll it doesn't have enough arcane development to sustain itself. So after you say it, it effectively just disintegrates.
Okay.
Um,
Do you sell those types of scrolls here?
we do. We do have a few on hand. If you're familiar at all with how magic works, we don't have anything above level 2 spells. At the moment, it's very difficult to get them in.
That is great because I'm actually looking for a level sounds so wrong. A difficulty 1 kind of spell.
Okay.
I think it is called command. I require 1 scroll of that.
She kind of looks around and starts fumbling through a effectively like a footlocker of just paper. Command.
I already love the store.
Oh, here we are. She pulls out a little scroll, and you see her like put on a pair of glasses, and she's like effectively holding it out, trying to read, make sure it's the correct thing. She, right. Here is the spell. She goes through, puts a string on it so that way it stays secured. Do you have by chance any holsters or anywhere protective for it? Water can damage these. It is not safe from it.
I have a backpack.
What is it made out of? Leather? Is it fabrics?
It is, and I kind of like pull it out. It's just like the
standard
explorer's
bag.
pack kind of
Yeah.
bag, like
It's this-
cloth, I guess.
It is a mix of cloth and leathers. It's not really meant for water resistance, let alone waterproofing. She goes, "Oh, you need to be careful, especially being as close as we are to the ocean. I can offer you a scroll case, no extra charge, just to keep it safe from any extra weather, or if you go diving and accidentally have it on your persons."
It would be so delightful if you could do that.
Oh,
There
right.
is a question of price, though.
Yes, the price of this, and she goes over, and you see her like taking a few, almost like, oh, what is it? The little board with beads across it.
I think you can just call it a bead
Abacus?
board.
Abacus.
Abacus, thank you.
Abacus.
She goes through and sorts it down. This would be a total of 50 GP.
Here is the issue. I have only 25 on hand, and I pull up the insignia from Draxa. We are on the way on official business that will pay us quite handsomely. If it is okay with you, I would leave the 25 up front and the insignia to ensure that I actually come back.
That's
And
a
I
bit
would
rough. I could. With this being official business, you see the other individual. You could bring it down 10 gold. I could do 40.
I really do not have more on hand right now. And the truth is,
Gee, I'm gonna be sugar daddy.
Boo
It
walks
is-
over and
I was gonna say how much was it? I wasn't really paying attention.
offers his 2
for
platinum.
you now, right?
Yeah. This should get you at least to the rest of the way.
Wait, who comes forward?
Boo.
I'll make sure to pay that back, Boo.
Don't worry about it.
I could smooch you right now, but I don't want to smooch other people. But feel smooched in a more bro-to-bro kind of way.
Good old
Okay.
Tyson.
It doesn't count if it's with the boys.
It doesn't count.
Hey, 20 gold is 20 gold, guys.
then I guess we do have business.
She smiles, and you see her take out effectively this. It's a little bit larger than the balance scroll itself. You imagine it's probably designed to hold more paper in it. She stuffs the scroll into it, seals it, and passes you over the case. All right. I appreciate doing business with you.
Do you have like a card or something? So I have a little thing with memory, so I have like a little card where your shop's name is on, so I can remember it and come back if
I
I'm
hate
back in
you.
Gospel.
I hate you.
Hey, Dakota, what's their Etsy page?
You know
Do you
what?
have a blue sky?
What? You know what? The
What's
Tipsy Raccoon.
The Tipsy Wagon?
Raccoon.
The Tipsy Raccoon, okay.
Definitely didn't just jip that.
FREE, that spells free name generator, baby.
I put it away. I deeply appreciate this.
I would like. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I don't think I caught your name. It's genuinely not me trying to be mean or anything. It's just genuinely just being nice to this woman.
Why you gotta do this, man?
I'm sorry.
Give her a basic person name like Benny.
Yeah.
Anne.
Funny Schmeller.
Fought Smella.
Smart fella.
I don't know, what would you call a raccoon?
Rosiza Berrythread. Apologies.
I hope
Had
you
a
remember
little
that
bit of a
next
tongue
session.
twister there. And that's Felben.
Okay. Thank you very much.
You would like your
By the
dad.
way, one of the best friends of my mom is called Rosita, so I can very easily remember that.
Forgets immediately.
Who are you again? Well, my name is Narid, and I appreciate to make your company. Let's hope we get some good business endeavors in the future as well.
Let us hope so. That would be awesome. All right. Is there any other business that anyone would like?
Not
You
from
gotta-
not from there, but whenever we're done here, I do want to go find a clothing shop.
I mean, Brendan, you can always ask if they have any scrolls that have spelling errors.
I
Jesus
can't.
Christ.
As you all step out,
A giant fuck ass meteor comes through the atmosphere.
Reed, you
Mhm.
notice something kind of, I don't know, a paper of some sort that seems to be left out.
It's a picture of a thylacine.
You notice it's definitely been placed enough of a way for whoever is stepping out of the store to get their attention. And you can't help but notice there's something familiar on it.
I'm gonna grab 2 sticks to kind of pincer it up without directly touching it. Can you imagine this littering?
As you pick it up, it slightly opens enough, and you see a name written on it. Borak.
It's very nice.
Does it say anything more than that, or?
Are you opening it up any, or?
I'm not touching it directly with my body. I'm using the sticks.
You
And
see, what's written on it is Borak is still alive.
that's it. There's nothing more on it.
It says that, And then on the bottom, you see what would be the symbol associated to tether.
Ah. Look at that. Littering and cultish freaks. Yikes. I could never... Blech. I'll just look for nearest... I don't think they have like bins outside or something in public spaces. So I'll just look where people throw away trash and I just throw there.
Okay.
Oh yeah, razors.
Yes. Just throw it into a fire. Seems, whoever your friends are, they're still around.
I don't know. I must have signed up to some spam stuff or something, but it's really annoying. Imagine being such low of a people that you... Yeah, I've heard about these cultists. They have like a false god or something. Really weird.
He points over towards the hooded figures that still are just following you. There seems to be the same three that are just watching.
I wish I knew magic. I would power word kill them all. They're so annoying.
Get far, man.
Say,
If you're wearing a hood,
I
you ain't
forgot
got
his
no,
name.
you get no bitches.
Ishiyama, you kill people for a living, right?
No comment. I work for an employer.
Figured as much. What is your professional opinion on this?
My professional opinion is I don't fucking like it. I quite frankly think that one of them should probably be getting comfortable getting hogtied and thrown in the back of a wagon cart and tossed down the fucking river.
Maybe we can catch one on the way to, the place we are supposed to go.
What was the name? It was the start with a D, right?
It was the one that starts with an F.
I want you to roll a perception check, please.
What did that miss?
Wait,
I want Reed to just roll it. Just you
11.
see Ishiyama give you the sharpest I fucking know. I'm trying to give them false information, you dipshit look. It started with D, right?
No. Why are you being so weird
Let's
about
go.
this?
How close together are they?
They're spread out pretty decently.
Cool. I'm gonna go to the closest one, and I'm just gonna power walk to it. Not run. I'm not gonna do anything. I'm gonna power walk to him, and I'm gonna have my hand on my sword the entire time.
Why are you running away? I like the Elven cities. The lore is nice.
It's a female half-elf who has what looks like a burn scar across her face.
Hi, pleasure to meet you. What the fuck are you doing?
We would like to talk to him.
He's not available for comment.
He should be.
He's not available for comment.
I'm just like in the background crying to Boo about his hate. Like,
If you really wanted to
Ishiyama's
talk
hatred of Elven cities.
If you really wanted to talk to him, why don't you come up and act normal and talk to him yourself? Y'all have been sitting around wearing hoods on your heads for the last 2 days, or however long we've been here. You're following us around like a bunch of weird ass people. Be normal.
It's complicated.
I don't care.
Please. Tell him he's not. He's alive, but he's not alive. He's
In what way can you not talk to him directly?
You're so sassy right now.
Full dad mode, man.
That one is. He's different.
Oh, for
He's
fuck's
strong. He's strong. We can't do this without him, but we are too scared to speak to him.
You can literally. I am giving you the green light. You take your hood down, you walk over with me, you tell him what you need to know, what he needs to know. You're dancing around confrontation.
All right.
Put your fucking pants on. Grow some damn courage. Walk over there. Damn. As Ishiana just turns and walks away. A damn fucking stalker almost, I swear to God.
She
My God, it is nasty.
lowers her hood a little and walks towards Reed. Now being closer to you, you notice that she begins to not look directly at Reed. She's instead looking around him.
Eye contact there, miss. Goes a long way. It's a sign of respect.
We do not wish to intrude.
Ishiyama gets another cigarette and just lights it and just takes the longest fucking drag.
I'm sorry about everything. You did not deserve what he did. But he's trying to do something. And we are scared. We are begging for help.
I fucking can't, you're killing me.
He was very, very hurt. Many of the people did not survive the fires. He did not come out the same. He was very injured. Some of them that did survive, though, flocked to him, and they're trying to make him more. Bring him to tether. There is something they say about undeath. Yeah, we believe that he may be trying to become something more. He's hurt many of the people that they've brought in. Raiders that attack caravans in small groups, and they bring him to him. And we don't see them again. Lich.
Now, is that so hard?
Incredibly.
Reed, what in the fuck is she talking about?
Are they, like, with us?
They are with you, and that was directed to Reed.
Oh, shit.
Reed, you do
Well-
recognize this individual.
It's who I think it is.
It would be her mother.
Ooh.
Just.
Hmm.
Ew, the in-laws. Oh, God.
Pretty fucking accurate.
Sorry, ma'am. I cannot help you with that. I do not work for the local authorities. You might as
Reed.
well go to the...
Reed,
Reed.
please.
God damn it. They're fucking following you. They know you.
Well, I was hoping to not have this issue anymore.
You do.
Mara did not make it.
Good.
You don't have that. Damn! God!
Holy shit!
Fuck, dude.
So these are in-laws we don't like, I hear.
God!
Holy
Damn!
shit!
That is,
I'm gonna look at... Are all three of them now with?
The other two are a little bit behind, but they are within hearing range.
Are you guys staying somewhere?
No, we've been sleeping on the alleys.
I'm gonna give them... A gold piece should get them a room for the night, right?
Yeah, that should be plenty.
I'll give them a gold. Just go get yourself a room.
And food.
Get cleaned up. Relax for a bit. Obviously, you guys can probably use some help.
I think Reed needs to be retaught some manners.
I'm gonna speak with Reed. And I'll catch up with you guys here in a little bit, because I'd like to hear more about this whole situation as well. Does meeting in an hour work for you?
Yes. The mother looks towards Reed. I am sorry. I
Not
understand
much.
pain, and I wish things were different.
Well, I'm sure you understand the pain. I'm damn well sure to hit you with it as well. Sad to see I missed, but
Please
I
don't
feel like
listen.
you got enough punishment already.
When you go, if you go, please don't miss. She turns
You
and
bec-
nods
you
to
became...
Nishiyama. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I have to close my door for this one.
Okay.
We can scratch
Okay,
we can scratch going to the clothing store, because I would like to.
I'd
like
you
to-
have more pressing matters.
I'd like to go drag a Reed, like to either to my room or his room, one of the two.
And the door begins to close, and Boo kind of like holds it open. Get in here, you're gonna want to hear this!
Get out.
What did you all do this time?
Get in here, you kind of want to hear this. Get out.
Reed, I really don't understand your family situation, and quite frankly, it's probably a longer conversation than what we're about ready to have. However, they are scared shitless of you. They say that you're different, and they're talking about a fucking lich. So you might explain to me what I'm listening to? I come from hell, goddammit, and this is some weird-ass shit.
Wait, the Lich is involved in all of this?
Did I hear that right, or...
I heard a lich.
That's what I thought I heard.
So you have an
Unless
evil
I'm mistaken,
undead.
I'd like to be corrected right now.
Well, to begin with, it may not look like it, but I was once a married man.
You say once.
Have an entire life that you just
We're-
pushed past?
Hold on, boo. We're going to get to that probably later. Was married.
Yeah. My ex-wife.
Widowed or divorced?
Well, one implies the other,
No, it.
depending on how you view it.
Wait, did you say wife?
Ex-wife.
Reed.
We had divorce.
Right?
Well,
Honestly surprised.
Reed.
Not judging, but
Reed.
honestly surprised.
You all are gonna find this shit out anyway. I'm a contractor. I work for one of those 7 families in hell that deals with such atrocious things. We are licensed to kill. Divorce does not mean widowed. And vice versa.
Honestly, where I'm from, even if you get widowed, you can still keep your loved one. So,
You come from a fucked up place. I'm not really counting yours.
Weird.
well, someone needs to take care of the kids half the time.
Hold on.
Oh, for God's sake.
Problem.
Reed. Widowed or divorced?
Which one does include?
Did you kill her?
Well, yes, obviously. Not just her. But
How many?
she deserved it.
How many people did you kill?
Does Ixtama ring a bell for anyone here?
What?
Ixtama.
I mean, wasn't that the city that was destroyed by a giant?
It wasn't a giant. It was me. Most probably dead.
Wait.
You destroyed an entire city?
How?
Surprise.
That's no. Okay, are we in his
There's
bed?
there's
He just kind of sits on the bed and just goes, this is a lot to find out after I just got done taking a bath.
I was not intending on
I got
telling
the
you.
actual prop this time. Reed.
That is the whole reason why I did all this funny little voice thing and keep moving from work to work.
Reed.
Because I don't want to tell people about it.
You're on the run for possible genocide.
Deserve.
We're going to be careful with how we throw that word around.
Not many people from that town live.
Vistel, if I may. Reed.
Yes.
They came here not to pursue and try to capture you. They came here out of concern.
What happened?
Hold on.
Okay.
When they talk
there's a-
about this person dying, your immediate response was good.
Yes, because I wanted her to be dead.
Beside the
wanted
point.
Him to be dead as well.
Beside. Hold on. Who was the woman that died? That she said died?
Is that your wife?
Well, her daughter, my ex-wife.
Okay.
Okay, let me ask this next question. Was there perhaps a well-driven third wheel that you didn't know about?
If by further wheel you mean
Did she cheat on you?
she did, yeah.
All right,
And
completely
I found
understandable.
out when
And that's enough.
when the
to-
child was born, yes. Okay.
Hold
There's
the
a little bit of
fuck.
context. There's a little bit of context. Man, that is really racially coded now that I think about it. Jesus.
You think, Reed? Like, I'm not being whatever.
No, that was out of character.
Sorry, sometimes I get.
I've heard that story before. Anyways, there's a little bit of background you guys need to know. When I talked about this like low life hanging fruit of cold, Ixtama was basically one of the bigger places where this worship, this false god or non-existing god, happens. Strict rules, traditional values, that kind of deal. You know, women in the kitchen and the kids. Well, not inside the kids, but with the kids. And the guys out in the field working. It was all directed. From set to finish. And the marriage of me and Mara, her name was, was also just a thing gifted to us by this higher being. Well, it turns out they can just, if something happens, they can just... He's a goblin. Is that a glass of mayonnaise?
Stop trying to distract us. What are you?
I'm genuinely curious. What is that?
He walks in. Listen, he walks in and he goes.
It is orange creamsicle moonshine.
Ah.
So hold on. Your ex-wife. Your ex-wife.
Yes.
Fucked a goblin.
No. I don't actually remember what race he was. Anyways, that is unimportant to the point.
Honestly,
the
cheating is pretty understandable.
I worked my ass off for her to make this entire thing work, only to be betrayed by said entire village. I had no backing in my position. I was told to shut up and accepted, but I chose to not to accept it. So I set the whole place on fire.
So out of hold on. I'm lost. When you say you didn't have backing, were you a royal member or
No, I mean this in the sense of how a family should normally have your back when you get cheated upon.
Yes.
Didn't
get it. Okay. So
From your own family?
From the own family.
So,
they dead as well, probably.
I'm going to point something out to you. The 3 members that just showed up over there, I know for a fact one of them knows you pretty personally. She is trying her best to make condolences because she understands that you are not wrong.
Yeah,
we're going to put the you slaying an entire village of people on the back burner for just a minute. We're going to focus on this real quick. She's here trying to make amends. And I understand if you...
How bad is this guy that after you burn an entire city, she's still wanting to ask for your help?
Pretty terrible. And I'm kind of upset about the fact that he didn't die in the fire. So that would be enough reason for me to go back. But just so you guys know, keep an eye on her, because I will probably try to make amends.
Reed.
In the sense of snapping her neck as well.
Reed. How long ago was this?
We are not murdering people.
That's a lie. Reed, how long ago was this?
It's been a couple of years.
Okay. All right.
Okay. But you're
you do understand that people change,
years.
And some people look back on what they did. A lot of times, family members in that sense are going to back their direct family members or the person they like the most sometimes. I'm not entirely sure, based off of her literal fear of talking to you, that it isn't that she, is probably terrified that you're going to snap her neck, but also because she understands she did wrong. She's trying to apologize to you. Now, her asking for shit while trying to say it is a little bit weird. And I'd like to see if she's actually being truthful about all this. Let's assume for a second that she is.
Then you'd be assumed the fool. And I mean, I'm okay with checking it out. But I must tell you right now, this has been a cold.
All right, so since
decades before.
So since Reed, we're going to just... All right, fuck it. Boo, remember what I told you earlier about me not wanting to tell people shit? What I'm about to say also doesn't leave this room. We're going to tell...
with me.
We're going to tell... Well, your thing definitely, we're not admitting that you decided to just commit fucking mass murder, but...
How the fuck did you do that and you didn't
my question is, why didn't you just go after them?
Why did we fight a giant? Why couldn't you just kill the giant?
Why didn't you just stop the problem with the source? Fuck the rest of them. If you're going to go after the people who fucking cheated on you. Why didn't you just kill them too?
Why haven't you told us that you can't do magic yet?
How'd you burn the entire city?
There are many non-magical ways to light a fire, guys.
Guys, even I
To
could.
that extent?
It's an entire city. You need like a
All
dragon
the
to do that.
buildings.
I'd like to point out that I'm once again from hell. It's not out of the realm of possibilities.
Yeah, but that town had so many mages that could have just created water, got rid of it if it was a small fire.
If you do
You said
it,
you didn't have any. If he didn't have any backing. That's one person. Unless you're going through and rigging everything at the same time, which is like statistically impossible.
you hear the sound of children playing.
What is Soft's character's name again?
Ibram.
Ibram? I could see Ibram doing something like that, but you no.
Ibram is a quiet, innocent boy. I wouldn't really.
He's a quiet, innocent boy.
Boy.
Let's get past that.
All right, Reed. I get being pissed with your family, and I get wanting to have revenge on people who wronged you. However, hold on. I just saw the DMs you sent me, Fox. It's pretty fucking accurate.
I was wondering, look at mute voice. It's like Brandon right now.
If you're going to go after those who've wronged you, you do a targeted attack. Putting casualties that don't deserve to be in the line of fire in harm's way makes you a bad person. You going after the people that wronged you does not make you a bad person. How you did it does.
You think I care about that?
I think deep down you probably do. You may lie to yourself. You may right now sit here in this room, tell me and everybody else in here that you don't. But I think it potentially could eat at you for a long time, whether or not you realize it or not. It's going to fester. And it will either be a point of no return for you where you snap and fall off the deep end. Which I'm not going to lie to you, Reed. I've only known you for a couple weeks. I don't want to see that happen. I'm not saying you need to completely forgive them. But admitting you may have gone a bit far is a step in the right direction. I'm also kind of curious of how the fuck you lit an entire village on fire once again, but that's fucking beside the point.
We'll get to that when it's time.
When it's time. Where I come from, my family abandoned me when I was a fucking child. I know who my parents are. I know what they do, and I know where they are. Like, I know, like, where they work and whatnot. Every day, every day I'm there in hell, I struggle to not go and beat their ass. It hurts.
Now imagine that, but you've worked most of your life towards being respected and accepted by them, only to be fucked in the ass in the end. Not literally. I'm looking over to Alyssa's character.
Yeah.
It's a hatred smoldering inside you. And sometimes it just boils up.
They're members of a rival faction of mine that, quite frankly, we have a blood feud with.
Can I
Kill
ask
him.
something?
Yeah.
We are aware of Formula.
Yes.
What are we going to go do?
Well, first
Obviously,
off,
we're going to deal with
for
that
the-
first.
Hold on.
It's pressing.
well, but here's the thing. For tonight, and I've talked with Draxa about this, he's completely fine with us taking the day and just easing off and relaxing to an extent, but, healing up and whatnot.
Yeah, this isn't really relaxing anymore.
Reed, the next time that I sit there and say something obviously insanely untrue, go along with it. I know that didn't start with an F. But if we were going to leave,
So
I didn't
did
want
I.
that. So then why did you...
They would have followed us anyways. You think we could have just sneaked away?
No. But giving out false information like that when you think you're being followed does not hurt. Sometimes it works,
I know.
sometimes it doesn't.
I've been going from town to town, running away my entire life, like these entire years. I know that. Trust me.
Let me
The
ask you.
thing is,
Let me ask you. Because if you genuinely are still so pissed at them that you don't want to talk to them, I completely understand. But are you okay with at least me going over there and having a conversation with them?
you go. I can't stop you from doing so anyways, even if I tried. I
Reed,
got the feeling...
I'm asking your permission to go over there. This is your family, man.
First off, I don't consider them family.
Regardless.
Please don't call them that.
My point. You know what my
Your
point is.
Your point is you're asking me, and that's nice and all, but I really don't give a shit.
All right.
Talk to them if you want to. I would like to keep seeing them to a minimum because I cannot promise you that I won't try to separate the skin from the flesh.
All right. Have you tried therapy, perchance?
Oscar,
I normally am
please,
very
listener,
calm-minded.
Please talk to someone.
All right.
Okay, so, again, are we going to deal with the Lich, or are we going to go deal with
Well,
this? I don't know. That feels like it's more pressing.
here's the thing. This is directly involving Reed. So Reed gets to choose this one. But I am still going to go talk with them. I still do want to get more information. Just so, I guess, looking at Reed and Vestel here, just so you guys are both aware, or I told Boo this, I'm here on a mission. I'm here to find an object that I'm still not going to tell you exactly what it does, but how problematic the Lich sounds. Yeah, I want you to imagine like that, but multiplied a little bit. In the wrong hands, it can be catastrophic, but the people I work for intend to keep it safe and, secure, I guess, for lack of a better term. I hate saying that because it makes me sound like a fucking hoarder.
Well,
I'm gonna look at Vestal to see if she has any input on what to decide to do. Like, either or, from the whole choice thing we have.
I'm honestly still surprised that you murdered most of the city, and that there's a Lich, and the Church of Chauncey has no idea about it. That's even more surprising, and
well, they didn't say he was one. It sounded like they were saying he's trying to become one.
That is willingly accepting undeath. That's a certain... There's steps that's even worse than one that's already there.
So it is an issue for you as well.
I'll tell you
It
what.
sounds like they're already hurting people too.
I am completely fine with whatever we decide. Realistically, I'm gonna follow with whatever Reed decides to do. I'm gonna go talk to the other three people, I guess, just for a little while. Get some more information, and I guess we'll go from there.
Just remind yourself that they were, or still are, part of a crazed cult. Keep that in the back of your head.
That part is not lost on me one bit there, Reed.
Very good.
Still doesn't mean that I don't think that you should try and kill them every second you get. But
That was
like I said, This is yours. Whatever you decide, man. I'm here.
Fine, I guess we can.
I'm gonna close the door before you can respond.
I hate this guy. And his excessive smoking. I'm gonna open a window.
What time is it, by the way?
It is getting close to evening.
Fuck.
It is like close to late.
So the clothing shop is closed. Sag.
Unfortunately.
Sag. I will go find these 3 degenerates, I guess.
As you look about, you can find they find you before you find them, and they seem to not have any issue with approaching you.
I was coming to meet you guys at your tavern down there.
Well, we figured that we would come to see you if you were out and about. It was about an hour.
It was.
So, is Reed going to help us?
Let me ask you some questions first, and then I'll tell you what Reed's going on.
All right.
What's this about a creationist cult? Now, this is the moment where I'm going to ask you as well. If you would prefer to have this conversation in private, I'm more than happy to oblige.
Yes, please. They take you towards where their rooms would be. They sit you down. They pour a few glasses of tea and offer you one if you would like.
I'm good. I appreciate it.
It is our way that has kept us safe from other creatures for a long time. Or at least that is what Borak was informing us. He was very strong. He led our people in the teachings of Tether.
Who's he?
Tether. Borak.
Yeah.
He believes Tether to be a god. Now we've seen godly power. And Borak does not have it. Borak has lied to us. We know this.
Okay.
Reed, he saw it. He saw past it. He saw life. And
All right.
Borak didn't like it.
So so he went and fucked his wife?
No. He has magic. When Reed's special. Reed does not. He believed that he was cheated. It was not cheating. Borak.
I want to use my fuck it card on that exact sentence.
Yes. You see that she is wincing as she says this, but you find no lie, no detection of her lying. Borak used magic on Reed.
Okay.
Reed's not just what he shows. Be careful with him.
Listen.
Do you know of transmutation?
The School of Magic Transmutation?
Yes.
I know it exists.
He is a great mage of it. He did something to Reed. Something. We don't know. But when Reed's baby was born, it was not anything like him. It did not look half-elf.
So that's why he thinks he was cheated on.
Yes. Then he heard Borak talking with Mara. Apparently, Mara did not believe he should have known. And she did. Many of us knew that this was at least the plan, to try to tame him. After this, he went on a rampage.
So let me ask you, if you have seen the good in his eye and understand that he has seen through the lies of Borak and he's actually tried to raise awareness,
We did not see his truths.
why?
That was the only thing we seen.
And I understand. So wait a minute. So you're just now telling me though that you just had a revelation recently where Borak does not have godly power. You're here to reconcile, or are you here
For the
to?
wrongs that we've done.
No, my question is.
If we did not step up. If
Now,
we
hold
did
on
not-
there. My question is, are you here to actually reconcile and apologize? And I mean wholeheartedly apologize. Or are you here to apologize with intent to gain something from it? Those are two very different things.
If Reed does not want to see us again, so be it.
I'll be honest with you, he kind of wants to snap your neck, and he's not, I'll be honest, he's really not thrilled with me coming over here and talking, but he allowed it.
We have all accepted that. We didn't want to follow him, but none of us can deal with what Borak is doing. He is collecting people and then disappearing them.
All right.
If what someone has said about lichdom, do you know what that means?
More than you can possibly imagine.
He's going crazy.
He's not going crazy, ma'am. He's becoming a multitude of souls and essentially trying to forever surf the river of death.
Before the incident, Borak showed us kindness. He was always helpful. He was the nicest person. But now he does not show this kindness. He lashes out constantly. He's killed even his own followers.
I understand this now. So, are you aware of the saying? And I'm sorry, I'm not sure where the saying comes from, but there is a saying that I guess you're playing here, says where it's beware of the wolf in sheep's clothing.
Yes.
Sometimes things can seem great. Sometimes it may sound like the sweetness of honey is being spoken to you. And by nature, you become attracted to it so much so that you don't realize that honey is actually extremely addictive before it's too late. If you're saying, and you know for a fact, and it's not that I doubt you, but if you have proof, obviously, that he's taken people and some of his followers and they're dying, but disappearing, he's already 5 steps ahead of where you think he's at. The fact that he is turning on you so quickly tells me that I'm 99% sure he's probably already got no use for no offense, but the underlings.
You believe he's almost ready to turn to a lich?
I'm not sure almost ready, but he's definitely a lot closer than what you guys are probably thinking.
You see,
Now-
she's genuinely like, her eyes begin to look across the floor, and fear is across her face.
Now, ma'am, I hate to inform you, I've got no more money left to offer you. And unfortunately, I cannot offer you solace with our group because I don't trust Reed enough yet. And I'll be honest with you, he is, even if I did, there's still a very good chance he would actually kill all of you and not blink about doing it. I want you guys to understand. Forgive me. You're actually his in-law, correct?
Yeah.
He is genuinely pissed with you. He is pissed with the entire village because he feels like he was cheated on. And whether or not that's the case or not, I'm not going to argue with. That's how he feels about it. And he still holds that grudge. That grudge is so deep in that man's soul that there is no words that I could ever say to him that's going to magically make him want to talk to you, let alone not on a daily basis kill you. If I were you, I'd go as far away as you possibly can from the town that you just came from. Because if you go back, I can almost guarantee you that Borak knows you've left.
Who?
Okay.
Ishima's going to get up and light a cigarette real quick and just... Family's a son of a bitch. If you genuinely want to try and fix it, you can't come to him asking for other favors as well. If all you want is the favor, tell him all you want's the favor. But if you want to fix your relationship with him, it's got to be insanely generous and insanely sincere. Now, get some rest, enjoy the night. That gold piece should be enough to cover the room board and some drinks and food for you for the night.
Thank you.
I'll tip my hat and I'll walk out.
That is where we will end the session.